As the seasons begin to shift, waterfowl like herons, coots, egrets, and ducks start their quest for alternative roosting locales. Their ability to adapt with other species is key to their survival. The same could be said of gophers. The gopher's scientific family name is Geomyidae, and while most gophers primarily live their entire life underground, some have evolved to a more terrestrial existence, even forming symbiotic relationships with humans.
At the Phoenix Open, we know big-name golfers like Fowler, Finau, and Bubba pull big crowds. But the real crowd pleaser, he's all about revving his engine, recycling, and bird dogging the whole time he's out here.
Breaking Par digs deep to learn the backstory behind the Waste Management Phoenix Open's mascot, the Gopher. Meet Green, the people's gopher. His most important job, keeping off a sign.
We've had the water feature since 2012. We started with 144,000 recycled golf balls. In 2021, we'll have 120,000 because we'll only have the letters WM. So in a beautiful course, TPC Scottsdale here, we have a lot of birds. Unfortunately, the birds like to roost. So we've tried many things to keep the birds off the water feature.
What are all the different things that you guys have done to try to keep the birds off the sign?
We've used lots of different methods, all non-lethal of course, but we have put things on the sign like reflectors.
We've tried splashing water on the sign.
We've strung wire or fishing line across the shore all the way across the lake.
But they still like to kind of roost there and unfortunately go to the restroom.
Keeping that waste management sign fecal-free is a full-time job for all parties involved, so we made sure we had our facts straight.
How often do birds use the restroom normally?
It's rumored that ducks can poop about 100 times a day.
That's a lot of shit. That's why we sat down with biologist Brianne Kinney to get our questions answered.
Why are they so attracted to the waste management sign?
Prime real estate. At night, they can sleep on it, and then they'll feel the waves of anything coming towards that island. And number two, it offers a little bit of warmth.
One thing that I think is funny is that every year the Thunderbirds build a huge bird's nest. Why is it you think the birds choose not to hang out at the bird's nest?
I wish they would get a clue.
Why are the birds not hanging out there and choosing the floating freaking sign?
I don't know.
You can build a bird a nest, but you can't make it fly there. That's where the Gopher comes in.
How did the Gopher come about?
It started out with a remote control boat with just a piece of fur on it.
The boat was just a boat, had a pelt on it to look like an animal.
Then we decided, you know what? There's so much more potential here.
And I said, it seems like Gopher would be the absolute best character out here for it.
How did you find the Gopher? Was there did you find him on Indeed, or was it?
No, he was hanging out in VIP. He was here, and he said, I can do this, and put him on the boat, and he's been patrolling the water.
Just go for it, man.
Just go for it.
Any challenges ever dumping the Gopher?
Oh,
Whoa,
sorry.
what does that mean?
Never dump the Gopher. He's always been a very safe driver. That's why he doesn't drink. He's got to drive the boat.
Can gophers swim?
No, they actually don't really like water at all.
Who would win in a fight between a bird and a gopher?
A bird.
What if the gopher had a boat and the fight took place on the water?
That would be what the military calls force multiplier, where the advantage goes to the gopher because the bird can't tell the difference between the gopher and the boat. The best thing for a bird to do is fly away.
Chickens. But let's be real, the birds aren't in danger. It's all just a ruse to keep them from roosting.
I think he actually just wants to play with the birds.
The gopher's really not hurting the birds, correct?
Correct, yeah.
You heard it there. The birds are okay.
But what about this rodent's reputation for ruining pretty courses like TPC?
Do you ever catch him digging his own holes out here?
No, he would never do that.
Okay.
Nope.
I had to ask.
He's not like his long-lost Caddyshack cousin who did nothing but tear up the golf course.
He might not be a mischievous movie star, but this little guy's garnered some fame around these parts. It's pretty simple, really.
So where does stardom come from for the gopher?
I think everybody loves a gopher.
From a fuzzy pelt to a purpose with props, Darwin would be proud of Green's evolution.
We have 3D printed hats, and he's got sunglasses that he wears.
Swag goes without saying for the only guy rocking a boat at the Open, so you know he's got that drip.
He's dressed like Ricky Fowler, Archie Bradley with the beard. He paid homage to Johnny Miller before he retired.
Speaking or not speaking of retirement, Larry Fitzgerald even gets in on the action.
We call him Larry Gopher. He's got the dreads and he's got the full Cardinals uniform.
Milo even let the Cards captain the boat.
Normally I don't hand the controls to anybody. If anybody's got hands that I trust, it's going to be Larry.
Fitz has good hands, yeah.
With Green taking on a different persona every day of the tourney, fresh threads are a must.
Are you sometimes going and buying doll outfits in the store? What's that like, a grown man?
It's a little bit uncomfortable going in and buying doll clothes and coming out by myself.
Just another testament to what it takes to pull off this spectacle pond patrol. But what about when these two aren't waltzing on the water? They're hiding out, hard at work in an old armory.
So this is where the Gopher is all other weeks of the year.
He's right over here. We should take a look.
So what is he working on right now?
Well, it looks like, we got some wiring and motor stuff that he's got. We're trying to fix and make sure that it's ready to go for the tournament.
I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of watching him. He's not really doing anything. I didn't know Gophers had tails.
Yep.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, take that to the water cooler.
Their tails are just kind of their tracking system while they're underground, and they'll move backwards.
No way.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Birds don't fly backwards.
No offense to the birds, but we're Team Gopher. Keeping the greenest show on grass at its greatest takes a village, and Green the Gopher is the go-to for that. So at the end of the day, don't underestimate a gopher. Recycle and realize that whether it's a gaggle of geese getting too close to the golf ball sign or simply singing lovebirds, they can flock off. Because only real birdies are what we're gophering for at the People's Open.
So you guys do know this gopher's fake, right?